You know, every time I turn on the news, all I see is Donald Trump, Democrats, Republicans arguing back and forth. What's going on in Washington, the Washington, D.C. bullshit. You know, you get tired of seeing that. There is no normal, regular news anymore. That's why I mostly look at independent news organizations for my news. And in the last couple of days, I've noticed something here in North America, not just in the United States, but North America, that I think should be front page news in every newspaper. And the first thing that these cable news outlets talk about, and that's the big uptick in seismic and volcanic activity in North America. Not just in America, in North America. How many of you know that Mount Popo in Mexico erupted over 200 times in the last 30 hours? Probably not many. Mount Popo, that is the most dangerous volcano in Mexico, and it just erupted 200 times in the last 30 hours. The authorities there in Mexico and USGS are saying the odds of more volcanic activity are immediate and high there at Mount Popo. And if a full-blown eruption were to occur, it would be the worst natural disaster in modern history of North America. Now, that's saying something. Why is that not on the front page of every newspaper? There's already a 7.5-mile security radius evacuation that's been established around the volcano, and they're talking about extending it. You know, people really, you don't get to see the real news anymore. And let's just talk about, you know, the earthquakes. There's a 6.5 earthquake that just happened in Alaska. You don't see anybody on mainstream media talking about that. You had a 3.6 in California. The Yellowstone. In the last couple of months, you've had a couple occasions where the waterways, the rivers, some of the lakes, streams around the park there in Yellowstone had a 10-degree Fahrenheit increase in temperature all of a sudden. You don't see none of this talked about in the mainstream media. What about Mount Baker? There, you know, that's just east of Bellingham, Washington. All the seismic activity and the volcano showing signs of life now. You don't see that talked about in the mainstream media. You know, in Mount Baker, I think that's what, back in first part of March, you had it producing a number of steam plumes and things like that. It's continued all month into April. And you've had a lot of geologists out there, USGS officials out there studying and paying a lot closer attention to Mount Baker right now. So, you know, the last time that volcano erupted was 1843. But it's coming to life. So, a lot of seismic activity here in North America in the last few months. And a lot of that's due to the grand solar minimum. Our earth shields are weak. All the energy is being absorbed by the poles and going to the core of the earth. If you live in an earthquake or volcano prone area, you might want to start paying attention to USGS, your local news, and start paying attention to what's going on to the seismic and volcanic activity here in North America, because things have really picked up in the last few months. Just something I wanted to throw out there to everybody, let you know what's going on. I don't monitor seismic and volcanic activity like I do other things because I don't live in an earthquake or a volcano-prone area, so I don't really pay as much attention to that kind of thing as I do other potential natural disasters. But there's been a big uptick, and you don't see the mainstream media talking about it, and I just wanted to put it out there, make you aware of it. Keep your eye on it. Until next time, keep prepping. Make sure you have plenty of food, water, means of self-defense. Make sure your medications are all up to date, that you have extra. We'll catch you next time.